Hi everybody, today we are going to talk about The Selection by Kiera Cass. So The Selection is about a girl named America Singer who is sort of a lower class citizen in the new country that is kind of where the United States used to be. And she is chosen out of many for this thing called the selection, which is where the prince chooses his wife out of 35 women who have been picked out of the population. So America leaves her very normal life behind, her boyfriend Aspen, to go and meet this prince who she might end up marrying. So it's kind of, it's actually exactly what the tagline is, which is The Bachelor meets the Hunger Games. So it's totally dystopian world meets a bunch of women fight over a man who they don't really know, who's kind of boring but handsome. It's the story of America kind of learning to cope with this idea of being a princess maybe, and also leaving her family behind. It's definitely one of those love triangle books, so if you don't like love triangles, don't bother. Actually though, I'm not a huge fan of love triangles. I didn't like the Twilight series. I'm not a huge fan of, I haven't read any other love triangles. I don't like love triangles. They bore me. But this one was actually okay because it wasn't really present for most of the book, and then at the end it sort of came in. This book was really interesting because it has a caste system, and I feel like most books don't have that. I know The Hunger Games does with the different districts in Pan Am. You know, if you're District 12, you're totally screwed for life, and if you're in District 1, then go you. You are handsome and rich. So this book is kind of like that. If you're a 1, that means you're the king and queen and prince. If you're a 3, it means that you're a very high citizen. If you're a 2, it means you're like part of the army. And I think America is a 5 or a 6. And Aspen, no, she's a 5, I think. And Aspen is a 6, or maybe he's a 7. So her boyfriend is of a lower caste, so that's kind of taboo. So then she gets this letter that's like, hey, do you want to be part of the selection? And she's like, hell no. But her mom wants her to sign up, so she's got this whole, Lizzie Bennet, Mrs. Bennet thing going on. And so she finally agrees to do it. And so then the story happens. I really liked this book because it's sort of, fancy dresses, kind of. It has this very historical feeling to it, even though it's set in the future. There's a monarchy, which isn't something you normally see in futuristic books. And I'm a huge fan of that time period kind of stuff. So I loved it because of that. But if you're not that kind of person, this book may not be for you, but it definitely has some good romance elements to it. Prince Maxon, who is one of the love interests, is, before I said he was boring, he's not boring, he's actually kind of interesting. He is really interested in running his country, and he's afraid of being king. He's afraid of what might happen. There are these rebel factions that don't like the monarchy, and they keep attacking, and so there's definitely some danger elements to it that I think will come into play in the next book. Mostly overall really liked it. There were a couple of things that I wasn't a huge fan of. First of which is I didn't really like Aspen, not because he's not a good character or not a good guy, but because he wasn't well thought out in terms of his motivations. At the beginning, he totally shuts her down and is like, I don't want to be with you, so go do this selection thing because it'll be good for your family, and she doesn't want to do it because she's in love with him. I mean, if a girl is in love with you, you don't shut her down, come on, but he does it because he thinks it's best for her, and then he gets mad that she's going, and so on and so forth. And his motivations are very weird, and I don't really understand them, but that may be because I am a girl, and I've never understood men. Men are a complete mystery to me. They are very strange. You men, why? What are your brains doing? I don't get it. That worked out for me because he was gone for most of the book. He does show up at the end, which throws in some interesting plot twists. That's the word, plot twists. So yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of him. A very obvious thing that I wasn't a huge fan of here, that I don't think anyone is a huge fan of, the main character's name. Her name is America Singer. I'm just gonna let it sing it. America Singer. Her name is America Singer. Guess what? Guess what her power is here? Not power, her talent. I'll give you a hint. Singer. She sings songs. She can sing. She has a voice of an angel. Her last name is Singer. I can't. Like, I just can't. Oh my god. What were you thinking, Kara Cass? Like, I mean, of all the things, I don't have a lot of complaints about this book, but that is one of them. Next time, name your characters better. Additionally, there are some other characters with names that just completely befuddled me. There's a character named Tiny. I'll give you 3 guesses about what Tiny is. She's tiny. But yeah, naming quality in this book was not top-notch. Aside from that, I actually thought it was a really good book. There was a little bit more Bachelor and a little bit less Hunger Games than I would have liked. I was definitely hoping for a bunch of pretty snobby women killing each other with pickaxes in an arena, but I got more of snobby, annoying women having cat fights and ripping each other's dresses off. Anyway, I did like this book. The sequel, The Elite, comes out in April, and the cover for that book will appear somewhere, possibly over here, or right here, I don't know. It's a really pretty cover too. So I recommend this book to anyone who likes kind of like fancy stuff or romances. This is a good book for you guys. For fans of dystopian, you're gonna have to pick and choose with this one. If you like dystopian for the society things, like the weird societies, this is a good one. But if you like dystopian for the survivalist killings and everything like that, these are not the droids you're looking for. This book is very contained, and there's not a whole lot of violence or adventure, although that may come into play in the second book, I don't know. Anyway, overall, I liked this book, and I recommend it. If you read it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not? If you haven't read it yet, I would recommend it. So yeah, leave your comments below, subscribe, like, dislike, whatever you want to do. I will see you guys next time. Bye! I just noticed I totally matched the book. Like, I'm like turquoise. I gotta stop doing that. It's weird. So much turquoise!